Sansa Torres. Now on time she goes a prince of ghosts. Now on one yard drinks at Teves. And then your coach one come at home. A don that was so. Donkomi yo, Donkomi. Let's go. It's Donkomi time. Donkomi yo, Donkomi. It's Donkomi time. Donkomi yo, Donkomi. Catch that. Tina Boka. Donkomi yo, Donkomi. Catch that. It's Donkomi time.
Yep. When I start off the show with Donkomi, you know the transfer block is hot. Coach, you have heard the juice on Kudus.
Yeah.
Ghanaians say not to take the money, but you are playing for money. Take the money and go. Some people say he has shown ambition by deciding to stay in Europe. Do you think that Chelsea will make the bold move and make a bid?
Do I want Kudus to leave West Ham? Yes.
But no Chelsea.
Do I want him to go to Saudi Arabia? No. We've had the discussion here before. And my stand still remains that I think he's too young to go there. If it's about the money, he can stay in Europe and make good money. It's about how much money do you call good money, or do you classify as good money?
How much is too much money?
That is it.
Too much.
So for me,
medical.
I don't want him to go to Saudi Arabia.
Medical salute.
So I was happy when I heard that he's turned down the move to go to Saudi. Because at the end of the day, we watch that league. It's a league of Entebbe players. Entebbe.
You're starting somewhere.
Why are we starting the show like this?
No, I'm describing the league. It's the league.
Hold on.
I think that he's playing with
the league that has Milinkovic Savic.
When he was playing in Europe, look at his body structure. Now look at him. It's like a bread that has been put in water. Look at them. No, look at all those. Look at Sadio Mane.
Kante is still going strong.
Igolo Kante, where else can he play? Only he goes there. How is Igolo Kante? No
Fabinho, Benzema.
These are all Duades. They are all old Duades. All the people you are calling.
John Duran.
Oh. As for that boy, he doesn't have vision in football. He's about the money, so that's why he's gone there. Believe you me, 2 years he will come. That's why his contract
is 3 years.
3 years so that he can come back.
Ivan Toney is doing well.
Ivan Toney, he's now 30 years plus.
He's still an elite striker.
No, an elite striker, Ivan Toney.
The Premier League clubs are looking at him.
It's not about penalty shootout, though. It's not penalty shootout.
Let's don't do this.
Tony used to score.
So are you saying that if Ivan Toney descended into your Manchester United, he can't give you 10-15
talking about
goals?
Victor Gyökeres, somebody who score with chicken ease, not Ivan Toney. Ivan Toney,
It's okay, stay on the point.
So the point I'm making is that I was overjoyed when I heard that Kudus' team, together with the young man, said, no, this is not the time for Saudi Arabia. Look, I said it some weeks ago. That when it's time, I'll be the first person to say, no more Beshe, Yana Koche, no Bachian. Yana Koche, no Bachian. My only worry here is that the young man himself last season was far below par. Far below. Is he worth 70, 75, 80, 85 million?
It's still been enough to attract interest from Chelsea.
No, he's been offered to Chelsea.
In a swap deal. That's the caveat. In a swap deal. So Graham Potter used to coach Brighton and Hove Albion. And Robert Sanchez was at Brighton and Hove Albion, and he excelled. And so now Chelsea are looking to offload him. And Graham Potter is comfortable to work with him per the report.
That's right.
So
they offered money plus
plus Robert Sanchez for Kudus. Because at the end of the day, you look at Chelsea, they could do with Mohammed Kudus, because Modric, his future, you just don't know.
West Ham have rejected that. They offered another deal involving Kenan Dewsbury Hall and money again for Kudus. West Ham said they should go out.
That's right. So for me, the evaluation of the player based on performance is what I have a problem with. But he's Ghanaian. Hey, if they can spend 85 million pounds on him, I'll be happy. But is he, based on what we saw last season, is he an 85 million pound player? No, he's not.
No, 3 years on his contract.
Absolutely not. Maybe that is why
that's why
it's going where it is.
Left on his deal.
But having said that, nobody doubts the quality of that young man. Look, if he's on his A game in Ketia, he would deal with anybody. If Kudus is on his A game, he would deal with it. So in fact, Chelsea themselves will be playing the Champions League. That is the sort of competition I want Kudus to play in.
Yeah.
And he's good because he's played in there before. And we saw him when he was at Ajax, when he played in the Champions League, how good he was. I mean, he came to Anfield, showed a bit more audacity and courage and confidence, and scored a beautiful goal at Anfield. I want to see the Ghanaian play in the big game as we speak. The only Ghanaian who is playing in the Champions League and controlling affairs is Thomas Partey. And I want Mohammed Kudus to join him in that party so that he'll be part of the
I like what you did there.
Yes. The only Ghanaian playing in the Champions regular is Thomas Partey.
Yeah.
And I want
Kudus
Mohammed
to join him in
the party.
Oh,
So that they will all party and party. Go.
Rhyming.
So the people at Chelsea, if they have the money, they should go and pay. It's a move I don't commit. If you look at this Chelsea's set, the over reliance on Kopama to make things happen through the middle. I mean, if there's Kudus, you don't need Jadon Sancho. No wonder they've sacked him.
Sliding tackle.
You understand? If you are Chelsea and you can get Kudus, Kudus clearly will be an upgrade on Madueke and Co. I'm a trouble now. Madueke, when he's running, he bowed down his head as if he's the only person on the pitch. Kudus will raise his head and pick the pass. Kudus will dribble, and there will be an end product to his game. So it's a move I don't commit, and I can only hope that they will try and go to the people at West Ham and bring in an offer that they will accept. As for Graham Potter, I'm grateful for him trying to think in the manner in which he's thinking, that he wants to bring back Sanchez, because Chelsea themselves are trying to take your goalkeeper. You remember this man's team goalkeeper? They are seriously on the heels of, they are scouting on the, in fact they are ready to offer between AC Milan
25-30 million.
Yeah, they want 25-30 million.
I thought that's.
But why should Man United be moving to him?
I thought that's contract. Crazy.
1 year. There's only 1 year on his. There's only 1 year.
Man United should make a move for him.
Man United are interested in the
Emiliano Martinez.
But
he costs a lot of money.
He's a very good goalkeeper.
Why won't you go and buy Diogo Costa instead?
Which of them?
The Portuguese national team.
Porto and Portugal.
We don't have money. That ball will cost over 70 million.
There's cash FC.
No. You see, the work to be done. If we can get Martinez.
You are thinking goalkeeper is
excessive.
Yes, if you can get Martinez around 30 million, pay his how old is he? 29, 30, 31.
Yeah,
he has his
still much in his prime for goalkeeper.
Martinez like 32. Let me check.
Let me just check.
Man United bought Van der Sar when he was 35 years.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying
so even if he's 32, he can come in and do a decent job for the next 5 years.
Yeah, he's 32 exactly.
32, so he can come in, do a decent job at least for the next 4 years until he's 36.
Manuel is even younger.
Manuel, he's 29, soon to be 30.
Yeah.
So if Chelsea are really bent on getting him, they should go and accelerate the Kudus deal and take Kudus from that.
So you will Donkomi a Kudus move to Chelsea.
Simple. Look, it will give him Champions League football. It will make him even more serious. He will come and he will run. He will not be walking on the pitch where he loses the ball. We need him to be playing at the very high level, because the World Cup is just in front of us, and we need him to be at his very best.
On point. Let me take your thoughts on that, Mr. Graham.
So Kudus
to the golf.
Oh, you know me. I'm very economic when I think about these moves. I disagree with coach slightly. I understand what coach is saying, that the league is not great, the quality is not there. I get it.
No, it's in Tebe League.
No, I get
Farmers. Mason,
camel headers. There's a traders. You understand? But the way I see it, your football career is short. This opportunity might not come again, because you never know what happened. Coach, I understand, but I'm saying, God forbid, an injury. Something happens, the opportunity might not come. So I believe you take when God gives you something like this, you take it with both hands and your feet. You understand? Because this money is not even just you and your children and your grandchildren. This one is, we'll be talking about Kudus's great grandchildren. We'll be driving Rolls Royce and things with this type of money. You understand? This is generational.
And I think people need to understand this is tax-free money.
Tax-free.
And you see, Kudus is Muslim, so he's not one of those guys I think will have
culture shock.
No, he will settle.
Exactly. So I see it as a job. I'm not I understand what coach is saying. Like, you know, one team play at the highest level, and so I mean, I see these things. They are doing a job. They are not playing for fun.
Charlie,
they are playing for money.
Somebody just called Saudi League the Attire and Jalabia League.
It's a perfect. So me,
Anthony Amu. So me, better behave yourself.
I agree with you. Attire and Jalabia.
Personally, I prefer he went to Saudi. I prefer he went to Saudi over Chelsea. That's my personal opinion. The Chelsea move to is a good move, but I prefer he goes to what's that place? Saudi over Chelsea.
Because of the money.
Oh yeah. I want. You see, this job they are doing is work.
Yeah.
Because you've changed schools recently.
The man is working. At least
when you change your job, you know.
Do you know why I don't commit this move to the golf? I'll tell you why. When Baba Rahman got the chance to go to Chelsea, a lot of things were said. He won't get playing time. He'll be buried on the bench. It will ruin his career. Look, the kind of money Baba Rahman earned at Chelsea, right? I think that money was good enough for him to say, you know, I won't even play football again. And that's the kind of money that has held him up, because since that Chelsea contract ended, he's not going to a new proper team. He's going to PAOK. He's going to which team again? He went to Reading. Yeah, but even at Reading, those Chelsea was paying his wages. So PAOK, they don't have money. So when you get and Baba Rahman, since he suffered that cruciate ligament injury, it's been downhill for him, and no big contracts have come his way again. So I really understand where you're coming from. If you are Kudus Mohammed, I mean, it depends on the kind of money they give me.
I get it. The prestige is not there. Yeah. There's definitely the prestige. The prestige is non-existent.
There's a tendency for you to be forgotten.
Exactly. But you see, Black Stars will pick him.
Thank you.
Can we say we won't pick him if he's playing in Saudi? Truly, can we say we won't pick him? We found our captain playing in Qatar.
No, at the time the baby jet went to Qatar.
No. Andrea, you was also in Qatar.
Where is he?
Yeah, but that's my point. We had captains who were playing in Qatar.
Andrea went there when he was.
Fair enough.
But even as Samoa Jan too,
it's about the mentality of the player. All baby jet when he went there, he was strong in mentality. Even when he was playing there, that was when he came. Anytime
that's when he gave us his best.
Yeah. But this man, even you see, you cannot be sure of. Yeah. Kudus' maturity. Yeah. That's what some of us don't want him to go.
That one is fair, but me, it's a job, Charlie.
It's a Donkomi for you.
What makes me happy is not important. What makes him happy is important.
I get
and me, I know money makes everybody happy.
So I like that. Yeah, you get the final word on the Kudus one before we move it on.
Oh yeah, the Kudus bit. I like the fact that he resisted the urge to go to Saudi, at least for now.
Yeah, for now.
For now, yes, he resisted the urge to go to Saudi for now. I think if I were Kudus, I'll just give myself 1 or 2 years at the elite level and see how things work out. If I can't get a move to, let's say, a Barcelona or a Man United or maybe a Chelsea,
like a top 6 club,
no, forget about top 6, top 3.
Are you sure you'll be back at that table?
I mean, Man United is still big. Man United is still big.
We're talking about playing in the Champions League. We're talking about playing in the Champions League.
We are qualified for the Champions League.
But Man United, okay.
Mbeumo Kekunya mete.
But you give us assurances before the Europa.
Yes, don't worry. For the qualification, there is a done deal.
Yeah, so just give yourself a couple of years, 2 years max, to be able to get a move to, let's say, a Barcelona or an Arsenal, because they also need a ball juggler. Or a Man United, a big club. If you can't get it and it looks like your career has stalled, and there's interest from that side of the world, then you make that move. But not now. Just because your career so far, let's be honest, at the top level has been up and down. Your first season, brilliant breakthrough season at West Ham. The next season, not so well. So if, let's say, he doesn't move now, by staying at West Ham, and his third season at West Ham, he excels, then a big move comes, then he goes. But if he doesn't excel next season at West Ham, and there's still some strong interest from that side of the world, then he can start thinking of making a move, especially after Ghana is potentially goes to the World Cup. He needs to go. We need to go to the World Cup. If we go to the World Cup and he shines bright like he did in Qatar 2022, and still that big move doesn't come, let's say on the back of an excellent season next campaign, in this upcoming campaign, plus a World Cup brilliant run, and the move still doesn't come, then that's when you need to start thinking of making a move over to the Gulf. But at this point in time, no. I'm a bit more interested in the move to Chelsea. That swap deal. Yeah. I think it will be great for Chelsea because, yes, beyond Cole Palmer, someone to create through that middle is a bit difficult, and Kudus can play as a false 9 too, and he can play.
Doesn't create a lot of chances.
Yeah, no, and you need a ball juggler. That's the main thing. Someone who can run with the ball, someone who can beat defenders. And
Don't they have that in Neto lefty? Isn't his game very similar to Kudus?
I think Neto is more like Neto, as in beating a player 1-on-1. Not so much.
Kudus
start
definitely puts him in the top.
Yeah, because last season he completed the most dribbles in Europe, and this season in the EPL he also completed the most dribbles. And so
wasn't he second?
No, he was joint top with Jeremy Doku. Yeah, with 90.
Which is crazy, even in
the bad season.
I think the one I saw he was second, but we all know that he's top 10 every season. That one.
No, top 10, top 3.
I'm just saying he's top 10.
Yeah, so
was our Ajax 2?
Exactly. So you need a player like that in your team, especially when you generally struggle to create chances, and that's why the Arsenal angle also comes in. That they also really need to have a good look at him, to be able to lessen the creativity. Dependency on Bukayo Saka and Martin Odegaard. This season, Martin Odegaard really didn't excel like that, and we saw how Arsenal generally struggled to create chances. And so for me, he's also a guy that they should really have a look at. If they can also get involved in the swap deal, potentially, that should be fine.
Let me talk about,
but not to go to Saudi now. No. I agree with him. I agree with him perfectly.
Attire and Jalabiali. I've heard it all.
Actually, that's a perfect description. Even the Intebe crowd was good. But this one, attire and
Jalabiali. I can't believe this. Anyway, let us go to more. Let's stay with Chelsea. Liam Delap. Your Liam Delap.
Yes, I told you mean Delap.
The player you wanted.
No. The player who wanted.
Chelsea have activated his release clause, £30 million for the 22-year-old striker. Does this solve their goal-scoring issues? I'm throwing that question around.
He looks sharper than Jackson in terms of finishing, but I don't believe his all-round game is there yet. So I'm wondering whether it's like, now you have a different problem. You have a guy who finished chances, but your all-round and general play is not going to be as good.
Do we need strikers to have all-round play?
In this modern day, yes.
Unless you are a team like Man City where you can just feed
Erling Haaland.
Like you have the setup that if you are even playing, your 10 men can basically feed the striker. Because look at Man City. Ederson can play some long ball to Haaland. Everybody can feed him. You get what I'm saying? So in that situation, if Haaland can combine and things, it's not a big deal. But with Chelsea, I'm not, because we are just talking about how their wingers were not that impressive. So are we sure those wingers will be giving him the chances? Coach was just talking about Madueke. He doesn't pass enough. He's selfish. He makes the wrong decisions. All those things.
Pedro Neto's head is always down.
Exactly. So when you have all of those things, we are saying that these wingers are not up to scratch. If you bring a striker who's more of a finisher, you need to have the infrastructure behind him to create those chances for him to finish. So if we don't believe that Chelsea's wingers are up to scratch, this is the debate. I don't have too much of a problem with them.
I like Madueke as a player.
I don't have too much of a problem with them. But I'm just saying that they are not on the level of prime Man City when this guy Erling Haaland joined, where we knew that they would just put the ball into the box and he doesn't have to do anything. I don't think Liam Delap can get away with 8 touches and he'll score 3 goals. I won't see that happening. But Haaland can do that. So for me, I feel is one step forward, one step back, because you've solved one part of the Jackson dilemma, but you've not solved that. But now the good things Jackson brings, you don't have them anymore. So and for me, 2 project strikers doesn't make sense. They should have gone for someone Finch. I believe they should have gone for Goykeres.
Hold on.
Or something.
So let me look at numbers, right? Very durable striker. Played 37 matches in the Premier League. Scored 12 goals and had 2 assists. Got 12 yellow cards. That's crazy.
Another thing Jackson also does a lot.
Yeah. Coach, Susu just said something. I just want to ask something. First of all, if you think he's an upgrade, or if you think even the 2 of them can play together.
Let me even just tell you something. His pass completion last season was 61%. And he attempted 12 passes a game.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
good.
So this is the issue. In fact, I was very happy. I prayed, I danced, I thank God that the guy went to Chelsea and not Manchester United. In fact, I call that Wilcox man who was pushing because he had worked with Delap when they were both at Manchester City, pushing for Manchester United to buy him. Fundamentally, these were my reasons why I was against that. One, he's still a learner. He's not a finished product.
Yep.
How old is he? 22 years?
22.
He's had only one relatively
Good season.
good average season
At the top level.
at the top level.
12 goals, 2 assists, 37 games.
So
You understand?
14 goal contributions.
14 goals. Once.
Yeah. The previous season, he played just one game.
That's what I'm saying. This is
his
breakthrough,
first breakout
proper
season,
season. And for you to bring him into the Chelsea fold and hand over the goal scoring responsibility to him, what is the guarantee that he can handle the pressure? Look, in fact, I was shocked when Chelsea actually acted. I was praying Man U.
Maybe he's cheap.
That's not. Maybe that is because of that.
Maybe you think that if he doesn't work out, we can cut our losses.
So who would he learn from?
Good question.
Who is he going to? Because there are times where, look, this is Rasmus Højlund's biggest problem. He's put on in front of the line, lead the line as a young chap, 22 years old, and he's receiving the fire every week. One would have thought that if Manchester United had an experienced striker, they would say, Rasmus, come and sit down and watch.
Typically,
There are times you
want
sit
a veteran to
and
mentor.
watch.
Yeah.
Watch Osimhen, watch Gyökeres, watch this person.
Yeah.
Look at what he does. Who is Delap going to learn that from? Nicholas Jackson. He's not a number 9. He's been more or less improvising or doing his bit to make sure Chelsea benefit from him.
Yeah.
I don't think they've solved their goal scoring problem. He's a young chap. He may start the season well.
Yeah.
But typical of them at that age, they will undulate. Their performances will go up and down. Can you imagine Delap going 6 games, 7 games, 8 games, 9, 10, not scoring for Chelsea? When the pressure starts coming at his age, has he what it takes to actually handle the pressure? No. You may say he's one for the future, but if you are bringing in one for the future, who's going to teach him his trade? Somebody should be there.
Yeah.
So for me, it's a move I don't commit to Chelsea. You understand what I'm saying, isn't it?
Yeah.
My issue here is that if I don't like you, I don't like you. Whatever you do for me to be happy, that is what I will support. So this is one of the moves that Chelsea themselves have done, for which I am overly satisfied that they've prevented Manchester. Because if he had gone to United, it's him and Rasmus, same age. Who would have taught who? Who would be learning from who?
2 projects.
You don't need that. As it stands, Arsenal is moving towards Sesko. United has got only one destination. That is Victor Gyökeres. Mbeumo. So don't come in Delap. Don't come into Chelsea. I don't come in the Delap move. Chelsea supporters, what a topmost striker. Damn, man. 1-2 slap Atina. 1-2 slap Atina. Is this the Champions League strike? This is the striker you are taken to the Champions League to go and solve your problem. We are here. We'll see how it goes.
Hopefully, I think Chelsea might just buy another striker.
Where? From who?
I don't know, but I don't know.
Look,
Anyway.
the boy at Frankfurt, Ekitike, he most likely will go to Liverpool. Then Osimhen, I'm just reading on my phone that El Hilal has come back. They have improved the offer just some few minutes ago, meaning that Fabrizio are just meaning that he's likely to go to the what? To the Ntebe, Attaya and Jalabia. Eakochi. So Victor Gyökeres.
Champions League no they buy Gary for markets.
There's only one destination.
I don't come with them.